Hello and welcome to the Hidden Traffic Formula, Anatomy of a Splash Page. If you've got to this video already, then this means that you're actually on Book 2, Traffic Exchanges, Book 2, the training begins. And this is what we're going to do now. We're going to give you some training on what makes a good splash page, what makes a good squeeze page, and what is the difference between the two. Because there is a lot of discussion about which is best, which system works best, a splash page or a squeeze page, and in order to determine that you need to know what the difference is. If this first, we just take a look at this first one here. This is a splash page, and it's a splash page because there is no form on here for someone to actually sign up to a list or a membership site directly. What this splash page is looking for is an action. It's looking to click that big red button there at the bottom. And you'll also notice that there are not a lot of words on this splash page. It's very graphically strong and very light on text. That's because in traffic exchanges, unlike the rest of the internet, words don't sell, pictures do. You have about 10 seconds to create some interest in the person that's surfing the traffic exchange. And this type of graphically strong splash page is what makes them stop and look, which is what the big sign is at the top, stop. And there's a big red button to press. There's no ambiguity at all at what actually they have to press to get to the next stage. And then there's the headline itself, which says you have won a free prize. And tell me, who doesn't want to go check out to see what prize they've won? A lot of people, most people, would be curious as to actually what sort of free prize they won. You'll also notice below the button there's a sign that says click here, and it'll open in a new window. That's to reassure the surfer that if he clicks the button, he's not going to lose his surfing session. It's going to open up in a new tab or a new window, so we can go take a look later. The next slide, as you can see, is slightly different. It's very minimalist. This one's very clever. This is just a plain page, nothing to see here. Of course, you could click this little itty button if you dare, and it's a very small button there. This creates curiosity. I happen to know the owner of this splash page, and he tells me the stats here were within an hour of putting this in rotation, he'd had over 100 click-throughs on that little itty bitty button. So what you're actually trying to do there is make them take an action. And of course the sales page, the landing page that they land on, is where he actually does the selling for his product or his service. Here's another one from exactly the same person. And this one's very clever. This one's been up for a while. And this is actually his best splash page ever. This has got the most click-throughs consistently since he put this up about 9 months ago. You have reached the end of the internet. No more pages to see unless you want to have some fun, and click this link here. Again, this is a fun splash page. This cannot help but stop people in their tracks. Wow, I've reached the end of the internet? Surely not. Again, he's not looking for them to fill out a form. He's not looking for them to sign up for anything. He's looking for a direct action from them to click on the link. And again, he has that click here to open a new window. Again, this reassures the surfer that he's not actually going to lose his surfing session, and encourages them to click through on this link. Now you can see here that really you want to make all your splash pages very minimal on words itself, and just go for either graphics or the shock factor or the curiosity factor, which is what we've done here. And you will also notice that the splash pages themselves are very small. In other words, they do not go down past the fold. Nobody has to scroll down, left or right to see the whole thing. So that's a splash page. Now we come on to a squeeze. Well, here's another strategy before we get onto the squeeze page, okay? And this is quite a clever one. This This works after you've done some testing and tracking. Okay, you use your normal splash pages on a traffic exchange until you find traffic exchanges that are actually giving you a good result. So now you can take the time to set your splash pages up for specific exchanges. And this works because it looks like you're talking directly to the surfer. This now becomes personal. And here's an example of such a splash page. This one was aimed at traffic era surfers. Again, it's graphically rich. It speaks to them personally by, hey, Mr. Traffic Era surfer, stop. And they think, shit, how does he know I'm surfing on traffic era? Well, it's because it's rotating in traffic era. And then it actually asks them a direct question, do you want to build a huge traffic era downline? So again, it's specific to the people in that traffic exchange. And the reason why this person is aiming the downline thing is because that's one of the other things you need to know about traffic exchange users. Okay, they're what's the word I'm looking for here? They concentrate on building downlines. They think downlines in traffic exchange are the best thing since sliced bread. As we go through the training, you will notice that we don't actually tell you to do that. That's actually not the best thing to do. But 90% of people in traffic exchanges look to be building downlines in traffic exchanges. They think that they can end up not surfing or etc. to earn credits. If they sign enough people up for a traffic exchange in their downline, they'll get free credits, etc., etc. Let me just tell you this. Traffic exchanges are a very fluid medium. People come into traffic exchanges, they stay a while, they leave, they join another one. There are thousands and thousands of traffic exchanges out there, all of which are vying on their time to surf. So they're not loyal people to traffic exchanges per se. You need to capture them quickly and early and get them onto your list or get them into your own website as quickly as you can. And like I say, this is one of those strategies that you can work once you know your stats. I mean, there's no point in spending a whole raft of time creating specific splash pages for every single traffic exchange out there. Run generic splash pages first, and when you can see a result from your tracking, then take the time to make one which is specific to that traffic exchange. Just let me tell you that if you do that, results are 6 times better, 600% increase in sign-ups and subscribers when you target traffic exchange users in this way. That's a huge jump. So taking the time to do this is very well worth it. On the note of click here buttons, which we talked about, the big red button, etc. If you take a look at this one, and this is actually a squeeze page and not a splash page. The difference here is that there's a form on the page itself for them to sign. You're asking them directly to take an action of signing up for something. In this case, it's to join another traffic exchange, but it could just as easily be your squeeze page to sign up to your list, where you're giving away a free gift to entice them onto that list, but you're asking them for a very specific action, which is to fill out the form and join right away. Now you'll notice with the button, you never use the words subscribe, join here, or click here on a button. That button on this page is very valuable real estate, and you should look to make your button say things like, yes please, send me my free gift, or yes, give me instant access. And be sure to put that click here to the new window, again, so that the surfer is reassured they won't lose their surf pages when they do take that action. Again, if you look at this button here on this particular squeeze page, it says, give me more credits, or give me more credits for my clicks. All right, again, valuable real estate. There's a message in the button. People don't like to subscribe to things or join things, but they do like to have a request you send them their free gift or giving them more credits. So be very careful about what you put on your buttons. It's again, it can add 2 or 3 times the conversion rate by taking your time and making that button give a message rather than just subscribe. So we're coming to the end of this little instructional video, and as you can see, standing out from the crowd is the name of the game. And let me just tell you this, even if program owners themselves give you TE specific splash pages, in other words, most Traffic Exchange owners know the splash pages and squeeze pages like this work best. So what they try and do is give their members and affiliates, who are trying to build those downlines, remember, very specific splash pages inside their TE as an affiliate link. It's a lazy way, it's better than nothing at all, but if Traffic Exchange, let's take AKH for instance, which has 30,000 members. If all 30,000 members are using that specific splash page to advertise AKH, you're not standing out from the crowd. You have 29,999 other people competing with you on with that splash page. So make your own. We have actually got some of the larger TE owners to create splash pages for you to use, which are exclusive to Hidden Traffic Formula customers. You won't find them in their Traffic Exchanges. I insisted if they wanted to add to that package, they had to be exclusive. So nobody else but Hidden Traffic Formula customers have access to those splash pages and squeeze pages. So right from the start, you have an advantage over most of the other people using TEs. So use them, and I would suggest you make little changes to them too, make them personal, putting your picture on them, etc. And your name is also a good idea with splash pages and squeeze pages because it brands it to you. So creating your own splash pages will have a bigger impact simply because TE users are blind to pages they have seen hundreds of times before. So if yours are different, they're going to react differently to them, and your subscribe rate is going to go up. Let me just say in that regard, changing your splash pages periodically is also a good idea, okay? Because again, for the same reason, they can go a little out of fashion, and the subscribe rate can start to drop with a splash page that you've had rotating in there for quite a while. But don't throw them away, because here's the good thing about Traffic Exchanges. While you might find your stats falling off on that splash page and you want to put in a new one, if you hold on to it and wait 2 or 3 months and put it back in rotation, you will find that that same splash page again converts at the same rate it was when you first put it in. So they're reusable and recyclable. And that's a good word in this day and age, recyclable. Both splash pages and squeeze pages should be based on impact. This is eye candy. In the case of TEs, words don't sell. Graphics and big click here buttons do. So you need to remember that when you're making your splash pages and squeeze pages. And that pretty much really tells the whole story of Hidden Traffic Formula and the difference between a squeeze page and a splash page. Again, we go into some more detail inside the Training Begins manual, and we hope this has been an explanatory little video to tell you the difference between the two and what makes a good splash page or a squeeze page as to a mediocre one. And we want you to go back to the book now and start reading again, and then we'll come to the next training video as it comes up. Thank you very much for listening.